Welcome everybody. Baruch Hashem, in the third week, we didn't hear. Bnai Sephardim, Baruch Hashem. They're part of this series of breakthrough. If you missed the first shiurim of happiness behind the mask, we talk about how to reveal ourselves, how to identify who we really are inside of us, how to get to the point of happiness, and all of that you can see online, on Facebook, all over. If you want, I can send you after on WhatsApp. And Baruch Hashem, this week, B'ezrat Hashem, tonight, we're going to talk about a very special topic. I call it accountability versus victim. In Hebrew, it's achrayut mul korban. Soon I'm going to explain what it's all about. But first of all, this is one of the most important topics that can give us a little bit of pushing in our life, and really we can get to the point of transformation. We can change the entire life, all areas in our life. And before I'm going to explain what is accountability and what is a victim and how we can get to be accountable in my life and run away from the game of play a victim and blame others. First of all, for introduction, I would like to start with the story in the Gemara. I don't know if you ever heard about a rabbi, a very, very unique rabbi, that he never prayed one prayer in his life. He never keep any mitzvah. He never keep Shabbat. He never fast on Yom Kippur. I don't know if you can imagine. And most of all, he have very addicted to women. And he's a rabbi. And not only a rabbi who got certified by the chief rabbis in Israel, he got certified by the Kadosh Baruch Hu, and he get the ticket to Olam Haba. A rabbi addicted to a woman, and he didn't fulfill any mitzvah in his life. What kind of rabbi is? I don't know if you heard about Rabbi Elazar ben Dordea. The Gemara in Avodah Zarah, Daf Yud Zayin, the Gemara said the following story. Elazar ben Dordea, he has a specialty by attracting women. There is no woman in all his town that he didn't have a relationship. And he always looking for beautiful women all over the world. The Gemara said one time he heard about a special woman far away, 7 rivers he need to cross to get to this country. And the Gemara said he collected all the money that he had and he crossed all the rivers and he went there. When he approached to her and they trying to know each other, the Gemara said she told him a sentence that really break him down. She told him, you know, that you never fix yourself. That's it. This is the lowest point that you ever can reach in your life. And the Gemara said, נתן ראשו בין ברכה וגאה בבכייה. אמר לו, אין לך תקנה. And the Gemara said, he started to cry. He put his hand inside between his knees, and he started to cry, and he said, please, mountains, please pray for me. I need help. I need some mercy. Please, sky, sun, and the moon. He started to say, Shamayim v'aretz b'kshu alei rachamim. Nobody. They said, unfortunately, we can't help you. We can't help you. Before we ask him mercy for you, we need to ask mercy for ourselves. The Gemara said he cried for a couple hours, and then he said, "En hadavar talui ela bi." Everything is depending on me. All my life is depending just about me. The Gemara said, "Yatz'a bat kol ve'amra," the bat kol, a voice from the heaven. She said, Rabbi Elazar ben Dordea mezuman lechaye ha'olam haba. Rabbi Elazar ben Dordea. Look what we're talking about. We're talking about the person, the evil person. He did all the averot in the world. He gets to the point, to the low level, And he, 1 second, he get a ticket to Olam Haba. Bacha Rebbe ve'amar, Rebbe, Rabbi Yehuda Hanassi, he started to cry and he said, יש קונה עולמו בשעה אחת, ויש קונה עולמו בכמה שנים. There's many people in the world working for 70 or 80 years to get to the point, maybe he'll get to Olam Haba, and he bought his world in 1 sentence, in 1 second. By saying what? אין הדבר תלוי אלא בי. All my life depending on me. And this is called accountability. Accountability, this is the distinction on accountability. Soon I'm going to explain what's the difference between accountability and responsibility. But accountability says, very simple, I'm accountable the entire my life, all areas of my life. Whatever happened to me in my relationship, whatever happened to me in my business, whatever happened to me spiritually, whatever happened to me with the relationship with my kids, with the people around me. Everything, all the result I'm getting in my life, all this circumstance I'm going through in my life, and the consequences of my life, everything is because of me. I am the source of everything. This is accountability. Right? So what's the difference between accountability and responsibility? It's very confusing. When I heard the first time I heard the word accountability, I thought, yeah, it's very similar to responsibility. But accountability says, very simple, accountability. Account, it could be two meaning to it. Accountability, which means I'm counting my steps in my life, how I got to this point. What is the way that I choose in my life and I see this result? Whether it's in my relationship, my behavior, my being in life, in my business, how I deal with people, how I'm treating people, whatever I do in my life, or spirituality way, whatever I'm doing in between me and Hashem, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, why I'm getting to this point, what I'm attracting these problems in my life, why I have tests all the time, I can't even get to this stability in my life. So accountability, it's the ability to count your step. Accountability, which means that you be able to count your step. You become aware. You look at the mirror. What is the step that I step in my life to get to this point? This is accountability. But when you become aware, what is the step that I went through, right? So I be able to change my path. I be able to choose a different path in my life, a different way, to adjust it to a different, and then get a different result. But if you're not aware to the path, you're not looking around, well, what's going on? I'm living with my wife for 10 years, and still we have problems. We still have obstacles. We still have arguments. I don't know what to do. I'm established a business, and I don't see any result. I don't see any improvement. So you have to look around and see what you can fix, what you did wrong in your life. This is accountability. The ability to count your steps in your life. What is the responsibility? Responsibility is the way how you respond to a situation in life. This is responsibility. The ability to respond, how you respond. Now you got a situation in life that you struggling. Now you got a situation of somebody insulting you, somebody screaming at you, you got a fight with your spouse, I don't know, any problems in life, right? How you respond. This is your responsibility to choose and act differently. But another distinction between accountability to responsibility, accountability is you're accountable on people. Responsibility, you're responsible for things. I give you an example. Now you are the manager in your business. And you have employee around you, right? They doing all their job. The secretary, the person doing your, whatever, all the people around you. You're accountable that everything will works on the same, with everybody on the same page, right? And everybody doing their job. But they have responsibility to do their job. So if something, you have a business, you have a community, you have a synagogue, or you're in charge, or whatever. You can be a rabbi, you can be a leader in your community, you can be a president, you can be a person who have the accountability to make sure that everything is going in the right way, right? So you have to make sure that everything is, whatever happened around you is your accountability. Once you getting away from your accountable, you become what? A victim. When you start to blame others, it's not my problem. When I see the floor, you see a dirty floor, you see that we don't have minyan, we don't have shiur, or the store, nobody opened the store until 9:30, or whatever you see in your life. Or you see your house, it's an old mess. Or your kids are not going to sleep on time, and they're coming late to school. Who is accountable? Who needs to look around to ask himself what is happening? You can blame your wife. You can blame your kids. My kids are not listening to me. My wife is not listening to me. She's not cooperating together with me. I don't know what to do. So as long as you blame other people, you become what? A victim. Victim is korban. You become literally volunteer victim. You volunteer to be a victim. What's the problem to be a victim? How we can change our behavior and can change our way in our life from being a victim to be accountable that whatever happened in my life. It's very easy to be a victim. Why everybody choosing? It's a nature. But by the way, it's a nature. You can approach to your child and ask him, why you got 63 in the test yesterday? Listen, you see, my teacher, he asked me very hard questions and he didn't help me and my friends, and he blamed everybody right away, right? He doesn't want to take the responsibility to himself, to accountability. I didn't learn enough. I didn't participate in the show enough. I was not focused enough in the last 2 weeks. So it's a nature. It's our nature not to be accountable. It's our nature to throw whatever any result we see in life. What we're doing right away? We blame others. The problem is because of my parents. They didn't treat me right. I grow up like that. My culture, my rabbi, my synagogue, my neighbors, my childhood. We blame everybody in the world except myself. I'm right. I'm okay. I have nothing to do with my life, my way or highway. And we don't want to change. Why? Why our nature? It's very easy to be a victim instead to take action, to be creative in our life. So we have few reasons why we like to be a victim. למה האדם אוהב להיות קורבן ולהאשים את כולם בכל מה שקורה לו בחיים? Why? First of all, what? First of all, it's easy, right? Everybody, we don't like to get out of our comfort zone. We would like to see everything going in the right way. We say something, you talk to your wife, I want to see the kids wake up at 7 o'clock, I want to see lunch at 2 o'clock, I want to see all the house organized, and you're coming back home and you see all mess and everybody jumping and going crazy, and there's no lunch, there's no nothing. What are you going to do? You start to scream. What are you doing? What did you do all day? What happened again? What happened? Right? But if you're accountable, you make sure, hi honey, you do need help, you need support, maybe you need lady cleaning, right? You make sure that if you would like to see your house clean, you make sure that it's going to be happen. But if you didn't take care of it before, so don't be surprised. The funny words in our life, pitom, suddenly, I don't know what happened to my son, suddenly he decided not to come to shul. Suddenly, he walk up the house and he get off the derech. Suddenly, there's no suddenly. Suddenly my husband or my wife turn back to me and she wants to get divorced. Suddenly. There's no suddenly in life. There's no pitom. Everything is been in a process. Every day. Every day there's something going on in our conscious mind that will let it happen. If you let it happen, you don't pay attention, you don't do nothing about it, you see a relationship collapsing. What are you doing about your relationship? What are we doing in our relationship? How we develop our relationship? How to make sure that to be consistently to spend quality time with each other. Don't be surprised that your wife always whining and always complaining that she don't get her attention. I don't have time for my wife. I don't have time for... I wish I could have had more time with my son. Somebody said to me 2 weeks ago, I wish I could have had time with my son or with my wife, quality time. He said, I wish to do that, I wish to do that. I really want to. You know what I told him? You talk for 15 minutes what you don't want to. I said, what do you want? But I told you what I want. He said, no, you just tell me what you don't want. Because if you really want it, you do it. If it's really important for you to sit down with your wife and to spend once a week in a restaurant or whatever, breakfast or on the couch, right? You will find it. Whatever is important for us in life, we make arrangement to make it happen. If it's not so important, so don't be surprised that your son grow up and have no connection and doesn't want to hear from you and is not listening and have bad connection. He developed this process by the years. The same thing in relationship, the same thing in your business. You let it happen. You close your eyes. You don't want to insult people. You don't want to fight with people. You don't want to argue with people. So you let it happen. So accountability, it's first of all, look at the mirror. Be truthful. Look who you are, like we talked in the last shiur. By the way, you can see it also online, behind the mask. Be truthful. It's just, first of all, become aware. It's awareness. When you're doing something and you see that you don't get the right result in your life, first of all, what do you have to ask yourself? What did I do wrong that is not working? Even you're making shiur and you're expecting for many people to come. What are you asking yourself? What did I do wrong? I didn't reach out to people enough. So what are you doing week after? You reach out to more people and you see the crowd, Baruch Hashem. Right? So instead of to blame others, no, nobody come, nobody wants, nobody is disciplined, right? Nobody wants to hear my lecture, and you get offended. There is no emotional accountability. Is without blaming yourself and without any negative emotional to yourself. It's not about good or bad. It's about feedback. You don't see the result in your relationship? It's about feedback, where you are. This is your life all about. You don't see it in your shul. You don't see it in your community. You don't see it in your business. This is just feedback. You let your people to come late, and then because of that, you're losing money, you're losing patience, you're losing whatever. You let it happen with all the excuses. You close your eyes, you let it happen to your wife to do whatever she wants. You let your husband to do whatever he wants. This is not about him, it's about you. You let people to hurt you. Nobody can hurt you. Nobody can insult you. Nobody can do any bad words to you unless you give a permission to someone to hurt you. So it's all about accountability. Accountability, again, it's first of all, is a mirror to become aware to your conscious mind. We're all aware in a subconscious mind, but we don't want to be aware in our conscious mind because we would like to ignore it. Why we would like to ignore it? First of all, we said we don't want to get out of our comfort zone. It's their problem, it's not my problem. I'm okay, I'm working, I'm running, I'm doing my best, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing laundry, right? My husband is a problem in my life. It's not a problem in your life. This is your problem. You let it happen. You attract this kind of husband in your life, and then you let him do whatever he is behaving. You attract this wife, and that's what she's behaving, whatever she's behaving. So first of all, you have to write down, what is the action that I'm doing in my life? What is the way of being that I'm I'm making this result. Why I'm seeing this result in my life? This is my problem. So it's not like, oh, I'm screwed up, I'm not a good person, you're beating up yourself. It's not about beating up yourself. No. You don't have to always come to your room and start to cry and whining like pity yourself. Oh, I'm so bad. You know what? There's no hope. I don't see the future in this relationship in my life. I don't see myself changing. No, it's not about that. It's about, first of all, be accountable. Own it. This is ownership. So first of all, accountability is to be accountable whatever you got in life. Instead of versus victim. Victim is to blame others. What we'd like to do with a victim? Because we don't want to get out of our comfort zone. Second of all, another reason why we would like to be a victim. Why? We don't want to be vulnerable. You know what is vulnerability? Yeah? What is the vulnerability, you know? להיות פגיע. You don't want to hurt yourself. If I am accountable whatever happened in my life, it is my responsibility, which means that I don't know what to do right now. I'm really collapsing. This is what happened in my life. I don't know where to start. Right? So everything happened to me in my life, it's my fault. So you don't want to get hurt. That's why right away you get in the bowl. No, this is their problem. It's not my problem. So accountability is for people. Responsibility is for things, to do things. You're responsible for that. You're responsible for that. You're responsible for that. But you, on top of all of that, you are accountable for your house. You're accountable for your wife, for your kids, for any people that you're in charge in your life. That's why the problem is more than that. What's the problem to be a victim? Who knows? What's the problem? Many of us in our life, we like to be a victim. We easily blame all the people around it. And also we blame Hashem, by the way. Chas v'shalom. איוולת אדם תסלף דרכו, ומה? ועל השם יזעף ליבו. We doing the worst things in life, and then we surprised when we get in this result. We lost our connection. That's what we talked also last time. We lost our connection. We don't connect to the right place by not doing the mitzvot, learning Torah, getting to the spiritual level. And then we're surprised, but we don't get the abundance of whatever Hashem promises. So, but the problem to be a victim is more than that. To be a victim and not to be accountable in a situation in your life, it's to take this moment, this present, this situation that you handle right now, and to stay with it for the future. You make this present forever. I'll give you an example. A person who is accountable for a situation in life, so first of all, he's become aware, he owns it, he gets an ownership. This situation is my fault. What is he supposed to do right now? I need to change my behavior, to be creative, to change. It's first of all, facing the reality, be truthful, and get the ownership. And then action. If you don't get the action, there's nothing what you can do about the accountability. Because accountability leads to responsibility. If you don't do nothing about it, if you see that everybody telling you, you're always coming late, you're not responsible, I don't like your behavior, and you see it all the time, your wife criticizes you, or your husband criticizes you, you don't change your behavior, so, and you pity yourself, oh, I'm so, I'm so tired, the kids, the environment crazy. So what are you doing? You're not changing your behavior, you're still standing in the same spot. So what are you doing actually? You're taking this present and you move it to where? To the future. And another week, and another week, and another week. Look around you. In the past 6 months, or in the past year, or past 10 years, you didn't change because you still continue to blame others. So what's the problem? Eventually, you're going to get to the point that you need to face it. That's what we need to tell ourselves. It's not going to help you, honey. It's not going to help me. It's not going to help anybody. If you want to close your eyes and blame others, no problem. Blame your wife, blame your kid, blame other people. Their fault. Okay. You're going to face this problem again, right? Until you're going to change your behavior, you're going to change your perspective in life, and you become aware that it's your problem, you're going to see it again. Another month. Maybe you can extend it, maybe you can ignore it, maybe you can live with it, but you're still in your comfort zone. You're not getting any better. That's the problem. So, people who playing a victim, how we identify people being a victim is not just to complain, it's not just to blame others. They're always complaining. They're always showing everybody how much they're poor people. Oh, I'm so miskin. I'm so tired. And nobody support me. Nobody likes me. Nobody wants to do business with me. Nobody, right? So they're showing everybody how much they're poor people, instead of to stand on their legs and to do something about themselves and to get self-esteem and self-confidence, to do something. Do something about it. You're not even, that's what we talked last shiur. First of all, in order to stand on your leg, to become aware of who you are, what are your potential? You're losing your potential. You're wasting valuable time every moment. I'm talking to myself. While you're blaming other people, you're wasting valuable time. And you're losing your potential. You're losing your mission in life. You're losing everything. All your talents in life, you're losing. Why? You're giving the power to other people. You become powerless. If you are not accountable in your life, what are you doing literally? You're giving the power in your life to other people. They controlling my life. Because of my wife, I have a miserable life. Because of my husband, my life is miserable. So who is controlling your life? My husband. It's not mine. He's controlling my life. Because of my kids, they're going crazy. Because of my boss, because of my employee, because of my rabbi, because of that, because of that. You blame everybody. So literally you give the power to other people, control your life. So what do you want to do? You want to sit in the driver's seat, or you want to sit in the other seat and let the car flying by on the way and somebody else taking you? And then you're surprised, how do I get this place? I don't want to be here. I don't want to be here. I don't know. I have a plan in my life. 1, 2, 3. I don't see any results. Don't be surprised, because you let other people to control your life. You let other people to take you to this place. But if you take in action, you become aware that you are creator. You have to be creative in your life. What I'm going to do better? I'm going to change my life. This is, to be a victim is to let other people to control my life. So if you want to be free, you want to feel this freedom in your life, first of all, taking action to your life, take that accountable to your life, and then sit on the car and start drive. Somebody told me one time, it's like a person, I don't know if it ever happened to you. I don't know if it ever happened to you. It's like a person trying to drive and he forgot to take the handbrakes. How you call it? Handbrakes? Handbrakes. He forgot to put it down. So he can drive for a while, but he's surprised why the car is not moving. I don't know what happened. And then, oh, I forgot to put it. And then, you're driving so fast. So it's the same thing. To be a victim. Want to drive? So to be a victim, actually, you give the power to other people. They driving or you driving, but with your handbrakes. So you're not going anywhere. You still believe you're fooling yourself. You're fooling yourself that you're okay. You're fooling yourself that you know what you're doing. You're fooling yourself that you're a businessman. That you're a man who knows what to do. You're a manager. You're a controller. You're whatever you call it. But you see the result of not coming. The world is this behaving like whatever you're playing the guitar, that's the music you're going to hear. If you don't listen to this music in your life, what's the problem? The computer or the keyboard. So that's why to be a victim, you have to let it happen, to let it go. Open the handbrakes and start to drive. And you see where your potential. See how much, even you're going to face challenges in your life. We all have challenges. And the challenge is elevate our potential. When we never facing the challenges in our life, we never become aware of how much power we have within us. Only when somebody lost his job or lost his financial, he's become aware how much potential he got, other places or other options to get money or from people or whatever. He makes everything possible. Once you be able to live your life in sense of emergency, we have no guarantee of anybody. We never know what's going to be tomorrow. So what are you going to wait? So something chas v'shalom going to happen? That your relationship will be collapse, your job will be collapse, or something? We always need to do more than what we do in a regular day. So what we need to do? Be accountable. When you're accountable, you're shooting, you live your life fully present. You live your life to the fullest. You become the best version in yourself. You and me and each one of you, we are the author in our books in life. So don't be surprised that you have jokes inside, that you have many pages, blank pages, white pages. Well, where's the stories? Well, there's nothing here. Yeah, you don't go nowhere. So that's it. That's why when you become accountable, you become the trainer. You're not a player. You become the trainer in your life. You train other people. You give the power to other people. You don't let other people to control your life. And each one of us can see it in our life. Who is controlling our life? So, what we're going to do in our life in order to do this transformation, how we can do it? It's very easy to be a victim. It's very easy to blame everybody. It's very easy to stay in our comfort zone. It's very easy not to be vulnerable, not to let other people, right? So why are we still doing it? Why are we still blaming everybody? How we can change it? So somebody I saw, very interesting, is something very interesting about the word achrayut. How you say achrayut in Hebrew? Achrayut, we start with aleph and ends with the taf, which means when you are accountable, you have to do it from A to Z. Me aleph ad taf. Right? This is achrayut, aleph. First of all, A to taf. A to Z. To be accountable, you're accountable of everything. After that, if you say aleph chet, I'm accountable to my family, my brothers, my sisters, my family. When you going forward, you say aleph chet reish, which means acher, somebody else. I'm accountable for other people around me. Right? And when you add the vav acharei, when you become accountable for your family, for the people around you, you follow. You are the leader that you follow. You makes everybody follow you. Acharai. You follow me? Aleph chet reish, and then acharai. Everybody follow you. You become a leader. And then what? You add in the vav, acharav. You lead in everybody to Hashem. You become accountable. You making yourself accountable. You become aware how much potential you have in life. So you connect it to HaKadosh Baruch Hu and you see how much power, how much talent, how much skills, how much knowledge, how much it gives you, and we're wasting our potential. So when you follow everybody after you and you follow to Hashem, what do you get in? Achrayut. And then you become complete. This is accountable. Achrayut, this is responsibility and accountability. And you're making everybody follow you. And don't let other people to control your life. I want to tell you a personal story. 3 years ago, I participated in the coaching course in Los Angeles. It's called Life Design. I don't know if you heard about it. It's like Landmark or something like that.
What is it called?
Life Design. It's freedom course, Life Design. And we have a special session one night. I want to share with you. Very, very powerful. That we can connect it to this topic of accountability. The session was called Lifeboat. We need to stand, all of us, we're like 40 people. We need to imagine that we are in the middle of the ocean and our boat going to drown. And we have only one lifeboat that only 3 people can be in this lifeboat. We need to make everything possible and to ask from people and to convince them that we have to be in this lifeboat, no matter what. So everybody start to scream, I have 4 kids, my life is matter to me, I want to live my life to the fullest, I don't want to give up on my life. Some of the people said, you know what, I give up. I'm 40 or 50, I did what I did, I'm not going to I'm not going to fight. So many people, young children, I'm not going to fight for my life. And the trainer start to scream, there's no time for suicide. What are you doing? You committed suicide? So I tried to convince everybody, listen, I'm a rabbi. I have 4 kids. Now I have 5. And my life is better for me. I have mission in this life. And I convinced people. And then the session was like that. We got 3 sticks. Listen to that. 3 sticks. We need to choose 2 people that deserve to be in this lifeboat. And one of them, the third one, or either you choosing yourself, or you give up on yourself and you give it to somebody else. So I choose 2 people, and people choose me. How many sticks you got more than others? The 3 who had the most sticks getting to sit in this lifeboat. And the rest of the people, fortunately, couldn't drown. So it was so intense. So you can't even imagine this environment. It was everybody screaming, crying, and you need to choose people, and the other people look up to you. Why you're not choosing me? What's wrong with you? You're my friend. You're not choosing me. So I choose 2 people. Whatever. I got 7 sticks. Other one, he got 8. And another girl, she got 9. I was the 3rd one who needs to be on the boat. I was so thankful. Wow, I got it. But there's a problem. We got another one who got 7 like me. So we need to do the election again. So everybody needs to choose either me or my friend. I said, Hashem, please. I have to be in this lifeboat. But guess what? Everybody chose him. He got 1 more than me. And then the coach approached me and he started to scream. And he said, Isaac, get into the water. And you have to stand on your leg and say, I have, my life is not so important for me. Can you imagine what's this? How much power you need to say this sentence? And then I was sitting on the floor, everybody crying, whatever. And then he said, whatever you sit on the floor, need to imagine that you're going to die right now, and the lifeboat going back to the shore, and you have the opportunity to send a letter to your wife and your loved ones. And you need to take the microphone. He said, honey, I'm sorry, I didn't make it. Sorry, I didn't fight for you enough. Sorry, my children, I didn't fight for you enough. My life is not so important. And I was crying like a baby. And then he said, you have to lay down on the floor and imagine that everybody comes to your funeral. And not only that, you need to imagine what is the sentence you need to write in your grave. What's the sentence going to write? He was a good person, but he didn't do enough for his life. Once you get into this point, you cannot even imagine. I stood up after and I said, in our sources, said, the Gemara said, Shuv yom echad lifnei mitatcha, you have to do teshuvah one day before because you never know what's going to happen tomorrow, right? Everybody we need to do, every day we need to do cheshbon nefesh. But I got one point. Life is about today. You know what my coach told me? You do everything is possible for you. You're fighting for your life. You're a dreamer. You're a visionary. You're everything. But you're doing everything, but you're not doing the most, the best version in your life. You have to, you see, you almost got to the point of this mountain. You climb all the way, but you are not there. If you're not going to wake up in the morning and say to yourself what I'm doing in my life, how I'm going to change, how I'm going to fool my life in the best version of myself, the best relationship, the best spirituality level, the best business, the best, whatever. It's not, it doesn't mean if you don't have money, so you're not successful in life. You have successful in the different areas in your life. Not everybody succeeds in the same way. But we need to look around us. If we live our life at the fullest, or we just flow by the flowing. So that's what was very, very powerful for me. And that's why when we want to be accountable, you have to look in our passion. How much passion we have for it. How much desire I want to change my relationship. How much desire, how much inside of me I want to change to become a person with a comfort life. Financially or spirituality, whatever, any level, in any area in your life. When you want to be accountable, what do you have to do? If you want to get to the island, burn the boats. You heard that? Burn the boats, which means that don't let other people to control your life. And don't trust other people. And don't wait for their support. If you want to be successful in life, what do you have to do? Burn the boats. Nobody else can help me. Only Hashem and me. Hashem give me all entire tools that I need to do for my life. So, that's why, after we get to this point, the major key to be in charge of our destiny in life is ourself. But if we are not going to be active in our life and we're keeping procrastinate our dreams, so what we become? A volunteer victims in our life. And we're wasting our valuable time and we're wasting our potential. But if we take in action in our life and we become aware that we're entitled, we deserve to live our life differently. We deserve to change our behavior, to treat others differently, and to change our perspective. And more than that, to change our, interpretation in life. Once you change your interpretation, when we got a situation that we interpret, because my wife didn't do it, because of that, she don't like me, she don't love me, my boss don't appreciate me, my people, and it's not the reality, right? We have interpretation in life. This is our belief system, and we getting emotional, we get in our emotional state because of that. If this situation happened, which means my interpretation, and then we have emotional, and then we acting, getting upset, getting sad, frustrated, blaming, and all of that. But if we change our interpretation, doesn't mean that if she's not doing that, or my boss, or my child, or whatever it is in our life, doesn't mean what we're thinking. B'ezrat Hashem, next shiur is going to be about power of thoughts. How we can change our reality by positive thoughts. And how we making the reality worse by negative thoughts. B'ezrat Hashem, next shiur. I'm just telling you now. So before I'm getting to the point that I want to show you in the Torah, for the end of the shiur, we have another 15 minutes. I want to summarize what is accountability versus a victim, how we can run away from a victim and become accountable in our life. Accountability is to be CEO in your life. Don't let other people turn you back, driving in your car. Don't let other people to control you. You have to let it go. Free. Be a free person. To get control. To become aware in your conscious mind. To look in the mirror. Who am I? And how I let it go. And all what happened to me is because I'm the resources. To be accountable. To be a victim. It's to blame others. You're not moving forward to any place. You're taking this present and you freeze it forever. So you not change it. By blaming your wife, blaming your kids, blaming your community, blaming your rabbi, blaming your boss, blaming all the world except you. So you freeze in this moment, you don't change, so it's going to show again in your life. What we need to do, if you want to be a COO in your life, to live your life in the best version in you have to be accountable. It's very hard. Although it's very hard, but accountability is not something that we can say, should I take it, should I not? It's must to take it if you want to move forward. As long as you're still blaming, you're going backwards. So let's see in the Torah how the Torah gives us instruction. I want to see these many examples, but I want to see a few of them in the Torah. How the Torah gives us instruction. Who those people who succeed in life and become leaders of Am Yisrael, and who those people who lost their life, lost everything Hashem gives them. They lost because they didn't take accountability for their life. The first example, it's the first parasha in the Torah, Parashat Bereshit. HaKadosh Baruch Hu created Adam and Eve. And Hashem told Adam, do not eat from the knowledge tree. I give you permission to eat all the trees in the world, all the trees that you see around you. The angels used to serve him wine and give him meat, and he got everything. He got control in the world. You're in charge of the world. But don't touch the knowledge tree. What does Adam say? A snake convinced Chava. She don't want to die by herself. She convinced her husband. When he become aware that he's naked, he covers himself and he hides inside the garden. Hashem asked him, Ayeka, where are you? What happened to you? Adam looked at Kadosh Baruch Hu and he said, what do you want from me? It's not my problem. This is her fault. She forced me to do it. She convinced me. She showed me whatever. This is her fault. It's not just her fault. It's your fault that you gave it to me. Instead of to be gratitude, to say thank you that you gave her Ezer Kenegdo, he blamed his wife. He asked Chava, "Hamina etz asher amarti lach lo le'achol achalt achalt? Did you touch this tree? Did you eat?" She said, "No, anachash sheyani va'ochal. It's not me. It's the snake." Hashem said, "Arua adama ba'avurecha be'etzev tildi banim zat apecha tochal lechem." He gave him all the list of curses. You're going to sweat for your bread. He kicked him out from Gan Eden, from the heaven, because he wants to teach us a lesson. What did Torah give us this story? Teach us a lesson. If you want to be in the heaven in your life, you have to be accountable. If you're not taking action in your life and admit and say, yes, this is my fault. I'm accountable to this action. I did it, yes, and I'm sorry. You deserve to stay in Gan Eden. Otherwise, Hashem will kick you out to this crazy world. You're going to work so hard. You're going to sweat for your bread. Everything that Hashem gives you, you take it for granted. Now you're going to work very hard for it. So first of all, be accountable. This is the first lesson from Adam HaRishon. And we see it after in Cain and Hevel. Cain killed his brother because Hashem answered his brother's sacrifice. Vayish'eh Hashem leHevel, leCain lo sha'ah. So he got jealous. Hashem asked him, Hayed me Hevel achicha tzoakim elai min ha'adama. Where is your blood? Your brother's blood from the ground. I heard this screaming. He said, Hashomer achi anochi. What do you want from me? I'm the guardian. I'm the security guard of my brother. I don't know what you're talking about. What do you mean? We're talking about, you know what it's Adam HaRishon, and you know what's Cain and Hevel, you know what those people, Adam HaRishon makeh galgal chama used to see from this point on the world until the end of the world. You can't even imagine. But they didn't take accountability to their life. And we see it after another example. We see it in the story of Shaul. Shaul, who knows who is Shaul? He was the king of Am Israel. He was a very big tzaddik. And Hashem said to Shmuel HaNavi, Hashem said to Shaul, you must kill Amalek. You have to get rid of this nation. I'm not complete if this nation still exists. Shaul took all the sheep. He got some mercy. He said, no, I shouldn't do it. And he keep him alive. Shmuel asked him, what happened to you? Meh, kol hatzon asher anochi shomea. What is the sounds of these animals I heard? He said, asher chamal ha'am. It's not my problem. It's because of the nation didn't want to do it, so they didn't kill them. It's not my problem. מה אמר לו שמואל? שמואל right away, he told him, יען כי שמעת להשם, מעשך השם להיות מלך. Give me your keys. You not deserve to be a leader. You're not deserve to be a leader. אומרים חז"ל, the Gemara said, if he would have taken accountability to his life and said, I'm sorry, yes, it's my fault, I didn't took it, I didn't listen to Hashem, Hashem will forgive him, and he will remain the king of Am Yisrael. Shaul be'achat ve'alta lo, the Gemara in Yomah daf kaf bet amud bet. One chet, one sin, and Hashem took him away, the kingdom from his life, from his family, forever. David HaMelech, the King David, he did two chataim, two sins, one in Bathsheba, and one the chet that he count Am Yisrael. לא יהיה בהם נגף לפקוד אותם, he count Am Yisrael. The Gemara said two sin, but Hashem forgive him. And he remains the king of Am Yisrael, David Melech Yisrael, Chai v'Kayam. Forever. Why? Because when Natan HaNavi, the prophets Natan approached to him and he asked him, what happened to you? He gave him the mashal with this sheep, with this, remember the mashal? Kivsat Arash, the sheep of this poor guy. David HaMelech recognized, oh, you're right. Chatati LaHashem. I'm sorry. I'm taking it upon myself and I'm sorry. I'm regretting. Amar lo Natan HaNavi, because you say Chatati, you face the reality. You don't run away, you don't blame anybody. You're gonna stay the king of Am Yisrael. Even he fell twice. And he could have blamed other people. He could have said she was divorced. He was, her husband, he was Moed B'Malchut. He was against me. I got the permission to kill him. I got the permission to take his wife. It's not a sin. He could have give some excuses. He could have find some reason why he did it. But first of all, you're right. 100% right. And he stayed the king of Am Yisrael forever. That's why David HaMelech, he's the king forever. And we see it also in Yehuda and Tamar. You know that story of Yehuda and Tamar? Yehuda, he lost his wife. And he came all the way to his father-in-law to make a haircut to his animals. And on the street, he saw his daughter-in-law, Tamar. And they have a relationship together. And afterwards, he forgot that they had the same night together. She became pregnant. And on the Beidin, he was here on the Beidin, Yaakov Avinu here and Itzchak here, and he decided to kill her. She needs to get burned. And she looked up to him. She said, look, you remember this sign? You give me this stick, you give me this g'dayes in 2 sheeps, and you give me your talit. He could have said, no, I don't know what you're talking about. He could have thrown away this blame because he was insulted. He said, no, tzadka mimeni. She right. I'm taking the responsibility. I'm taking the accountability. He become, from his generation, from his family, the Mashiach will come. Because he'll be able to face the truth. I'm responsible for that. That's why the Chazal said, Kol Yisrael arevim ze lazeh. We have the responsibility for every Jew in Am Yisrael. We're all in the same boat. Nobody can say, I'm going to make hole in my room and I will swim there. The Chafetz Chaim used to say, if somebody is breaking the Shabbat in Paris, he's making somebody else in Spain not to eat kosher, because we all have responsibility to each other. We have accountability to our entire world. It's very, very heavy to think about it. And we see it all over the Gemarot, many places. Also, Dinei Nezikin, if somebody, the Gemara said, Adam Muad Leolam, if somebody break a cup or table or anything, it's his fault. No matter what, even he's sleeping. Why? You need to become aware before you go to sleep what is around you that you're not going to break. You have to be responsible for everything you do. That's why Chazal said in Eglah Ufa, when you see a person die between 2 cities, the Zkenim, the old people, the old rabbis needs to take the Eglah Ufa, the cow, and to slaughter on this river, and to say, Yadenu lo shafku et adam hazeh, we didn't split this blood. It's not our fault. Why? Why do you need to do it? Because if you see a person die in your city, this is your fault. You could have taken care of this person before. Also, the Kohen Gadol, the Gemara said in Ir Miklat, when somebody is murdered, he needs to run away to Ir Miklat, to a special city. And the Gemara said they used to pray for the Kohen Gadol to die, because when he died, they're released from this city. Right? The Gemara said his mother used to feed him food and water in order to prevent him to pray for her son to die. The Gemara said, why he's the one who is responsible for those murders? Because you, Kohen Gadol, you need to pray for them. You need to work on yourself that nothing, this tragedy or this violence in your city gonna happen, because you have responsibility for everybody. That's what we learn for this year. How much potential we have in our life, and how we can change our life by making this transformation, by taking the control in our life, managing, to be a manager in your destiny. To sit on the car and start to drive with the full gas, go all the way. Stop to let other people control your life. Start to blame other people around you. And when you be able to be accountable and not a victim, you see your life going to change. Amen.